また会えますようにお腹をさすりいつも願った
I happened to meet a young mother who likened her children to having monsters and wild animals in the house. The animation director Mamoru Hosoda explained, I wondered, what if it wasn't just a metaphor? What if the character actually was raising wild animals in the house? And that's how a simple thought gave birth to the film Wolf Children. Wolf Children is a 2012 Japanese anime film directed and co-written by Mamoru Hosoda. The animation movie was the second highest grossing film in Japan on its debut weekend of 21 and 22 of July of 2012, beating Pixar's animation Brave, which debuted in Japan on the same weekend. Furthermore, it won an audience award at 2013 New York International Children's Film Festival, among many other prizes. In the film, we follow Hana, a young, ordinary college student in Tokyo who one day in class notices a man sitting in front who seems different somehow. Over time, the two form a relationship, fall in love, and we learn that he is not so ordinary. The man she has fallen in love with isn't a man at all, but a wolf who is able to take the form of a human. This unexpected revelation does not change Hannah's feeling for the wolf man. They are in love, and the two continue to build a life together. They get an apartment, settle into a routine, and most importantly, to this story, have children. First, their daughter, the energetic and bold Yuki, and then only a year later, their son, the mild-mannered Amy. Though this may sound like the summary of the film, but trust me, this is only the beginning of the story, cause here the story takes an unexpectedly bleak turn and Hannah is left to raise her kids as a single parent. Despite the fact that its main plot may seem a little bit odd, the story is told in a one-of-a-kind style that feels equal parts sentimental, somber, and strange in some parts. In a few words, this is a story about a person growing through having children and taking on the responsibility that comes with raising them, particularly difficult as a single parent. Wolf Children, at its core, is a film about motherhood and what it entails. Showing an interesting balance between both fantastical yet incredibly grounded, showing how a story about raising young werewolves can be surprisingly mundane, whether it's trying to get them to eat their food or keep them safe from the everyday dangers any concerned parent will face. And most important of all, the amount of relatable situations that even though one can perceive as normal, this movie manages somehow to show how challenging life can really be in the eyes of both parents and children, and how admirable we are for overcome those things every single day. If you haven't noticed yet, I highly recommend this film. And if you are not convinced yet to watch it, here's the teaser trailer of the movie.
This is a story about my mother, and it's true, every word of it. Maybe you'll laugh when I tell you, or write it off as a fairy tale. It couldn't possibly be true. I mean, how could it? Back then, Mom was a student at a national university in Tokyo.
Excuse me, you didn't fill out a slip. I could grab one for you.
Don't bother. I'm not a student here. 5 people live in that one, and there, just 2. Some families have money, some don't. It'd be nice to have a home, a place where I belong.
I could belong there too, if you don't mind the company.
Hana,
Yeah?
there's something I have to tell you.
I'm listening.
My mother knew the world was full of mysteries, but his heart wasn't one of them. Mom gave birth to me in that tiny apartment they called home, bringing me into the world as the snow fell outside. The following spring, my little brother was born.
Your daddy was special. He was truly one of a kind. If you could only be one thing, would you be people or wolves? I want you to have that choice.
Where are we, Mommy?
This is our new home.
Oh, she's the one who just moved in up there, isn't she?
How long do you think she'll last?
I feel like I'm making it up as I go. Honey, what happened?
What a baby! If a wild boar ever messed with me, I'd beat it up.
Have you run into one?
Uh-huh. I peed all over him to show him his
Yuki.
butt.
It's been years now, but she said the time had passed as though in a dream or a fairy tale.